Hi, Soda. I'm sorry you can't sleep, but at least you get to hang out. Maybe me playing some Crystal will help you relax and get ready for eat time. But how are you doing on this lovely... Well, I guess it'd be Monday morning. Christopher Tall. Mr. Tall is my father. Alrighty, let's head over there. Also, does the game sound okay? I sound okay? My fan's not loud or anything in the mic? Because it is still 90 freaking degrees every single day. All sounds good. Awesome. That's the thing, guys, like... If I have some kind of weird issues with the audio, or if you can hear the fan or anything like that, please tell me. Because, like, I won't get upset if you guys tell me if something's not working out on the stream. Had an okay day, motivated to get into self-publishing a light novel. Awesome! Don't hear the fan? Okay, good. But yeah, I had to go to job, and I'm a little bit tired, a little bit eepy. Wildfires are wild in France. That's crazy. That is awful. I am sorry you have to deal with all that. It's scary. Because in the US, mostly the wildfires end up being around California and the drier areas. But yeah, still, that's scary. Alright, let's go get Fritter her haircut. Doobie-doobie-doo. Welcome to the Pokemon Salon. I'm the younger and less expensive of the two haircut brothers. I'll spiff up your Pokemon for just 300 yen, so how about it? Had some existential crisis a few years ago because of wildfires, now I'm numb. Damn. You know, I'm secretly hoping at some point while prepping everything and training everybody up for Red that, shit, I can't even remember her name. I don't think it's Gina. Ellen, Tully, Dana, Steven... Liz. I'm pretty sure Liz is who we want to call us. Hopefully Liz will call us with that leaf stone. Enough about negativity. I'm doing good overall since some job applications here and there. Awesome. You're gonna be a millionaire soon, working the best job ever. You'll get to play the part of the Soda in the hit movie Soda for Hire. Okay, one floor down. Because it's Sunday, that means I can get a free return TM. You can get one every Sunday. And the more your Pokemon loves you, the more powerful return is, and all my cuties are maxed out affection because I baby my babies. Pokemons. You know, I know I'm drawing it out even further, but I'm a little sad that Crystal's gonna be over. The 7th actually helped me link me to a plugin of where like an N64 emulator can interface with like your data from a Game Boy Color game from like MGBA or something. So we might be able to do a Stadium 2 playthrough for our Crystal team. That'd be awesome. No promises, though. I'm not always super smart when it comes to getting stuff like that to work on the computer. And I haven't tried emulating N64 at all. I did get the Diddy Kong Racing and Mario 64 decompilations to work, so I'm assuming I wouldn't have any problem emulating N64, but we'll see. Because, I mean, I'd love to play the Stadium games on NSO on Switch officially, but there's no way to use any Game Boy or Game Boy Color save data in those. Yeah, I love Stadium and Stadium 2. When I was a kid, I like 100%ed both of them, actually. It's like Stadium 2 Round 2 is fucking brutal. It's fun, though, but it's brutal. But yeah, Stadium 2 has so much charm and personality. I love the game so much. Stadium 1's great too, but Stadium 2 just knocks it out of the park. I'd also really love to stream maybe Tetris Attack sometime. Because Tetris Attack is actually the original international release of Panel de Pon, but they swap out Lip and all the fairies for Yoshi characters. The backgrounds and the music are mostly the same, though, which is interesting. But, my brain. I just have more of an attachment to Tetris Attack because that's the version I played when I was a kid, because that was the only version available in North America. I asked for an invite from AO3. May take 15 days because I think the queue is gigantic, like 250,000. Still, that's awesome. I actually have some, like, things I've written I've thought about putting on a site like AO3 or something. They're like fandom things. They're not like anything I'd use like as an official manga I would release anywhere, because they all have characters from like other properties. It's mostly stuff I just wrote for fun, because no matter how good or professional you are, it is incredibly important that you just write some shit for fun, just for the hell of it, because you can. You're a human being with free will. So, Soda, which one's more gigantic? The AO3 queue or the boobs on the girls you draw? I think I know the answer. Hi, Rain. How are you doing today on this lovely Sunday evening? We're playing some Pokemon Crystal. We're going to grind up the cuties some more as we get ready for Red. And hopefully Liz will call us with a Leaf Stone. I haven't done NSW anything in a while. Oh, it's okay, no stress. You don't have to push yourself. I think it's Liz. Because Dana's over there. Dana does the water stones. Wait a minute. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Shit. Okay, it should be down here. I'm pretty sure it's there. I'm finally free of my horrid work week. Thank goodness. I am very glad you are free. I guess you have free reign to do what you want. Okay, yeah, pretty sure that's Liz. Okay, let's go ahead and go to Violent City. That one frame where Liz existed and then unexisted. It happens to the best of us. The rest of us tougher than leather. Bitter, I don't even know her. Ba-da-ba-ba-da, boink. See, my secret technique is I'm gonna have Fritter fight a bunch of lower level Pokemon, because winning more battles and stuff does help increase friendship. Wow, I didn't fight anything on the way up there, Rip. But I do want to get Fritter all nice and leveled up. Because like I said, with Intake Hot, we're only missing Blissey and Exeggutor. Screen ding 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 ding. It's funny though, I actually had a surprisingly easy-going day at work, even though half the things at work were shutting down and messing up. So I legitimately spent like a good 10 or 20 minutes at work doing the freaking Houndoom EX battles until I ran out of the little blue gems to play them. It's weird. Usually I'm pretty good at getting the EXs out of the special battle packs fairly early on, but I've gotten like quite a few, and I haven't gotten a Houndoom EX yet. I did already earn the little ticket that it gives you, so I could probably just get one, but I kind of wanted two so I could make a deck with it sometime. Speaking of, since it's 7:30, it's about time to go ahead and check TCG Pocket. Everybody grab your TCG Pockets and go ahead and check them. TCG in your pocket. Ooh, that's loud. Turn that down just a smidge, Johto. Got a booster pack of Ruler of the Skies. I know Deluxe Pack EX came back, I'm just not super into that. Funny how Pocket Monster TCG Pocket has Pocket twice in its name. Got Root Fossil Grimer. I love the illustration on this Grimer. He's such a little squinky buddy. A Spheal, which is also super cute. Soothing Shore. And a Dewott. Oh, it must be the Sodaruma power. Blessing my booster pack with a beautiful Dewott. It is so funny, Soda. I noticed that with the Wonder Pick event that they're doing, that the items are all like... I'll send you one next time I share, probably tomorrow morning. But I noticed the Wonder Pick is all Oshawott stuff, and I immediately thought of you, and then when I went to share with you after I got out of bed this morning, you already had the Oshawott as your icon. And I'm like, yep. Let's go ahead and advance this text so you're not sitting here at this poly world being super affected. Saw Bulbapedia mention it, I ran. Just wonder picking everything left and right. Maybe I'm just getting really bad luck, but I have not gotten any free picks from the Wonder Pick event, though I guess it just started. So I probably just got unlucky. I checked it at work, job a few times too. It is very nice having my main squad all at the same level. It's very, very nice. It satisfies the neurodivergent brain. Didn't show up for you yet. Well, the thing is, I got one Chansey pick, and I got the Pachirisu promo, but I have not had any of, you know, the freebie picks, where it'll have, like, you know, you can get a couple hourglasses, and it'll have, like, one or two of the new cards. Though, I mean, like, if, like, for example, Rain, since you, you know, started late with the card game and stuff, I very highly recommend picking Deluxe Pack EX while it's still available, because that way you can get caught up on a lot of stuff for older sets, and you're guaranteed an EX in every pack pull, so... That's why it's Deluxe Pack EX. Blah, blah, blah. I can speak English. Pulling a me, I see. Are you? Oshawott, my beloved. I wish that they would just put the freaking, It's Blissey time! Let's go! Yeppa! Fritter evolved into... I don't think I've ever seen Blissy's crystal sprite before. Holy shit. Can I offer you an egg in these trying times? Look at that attack power. Just came back from my local. Awesome. How'd you do, Ben? What games did you play? We are playing some Crystal, grinding up for the battle against Red. And also, Fritter just evolved into Blissey right as you were coming in. So that means Exeggutor is all we've got left in our decks. Street Fighter 6 made 4th place. Hell yeah, Ben, you rock. Everybody, let's get some motsickles in the chat for Ben. Highest attack and defense stat any Pokemon has ever seen. I'm honestly amazed that this Pokemon's legal with stats like that. You know, I don't know if I've ever seen Blissy's back sprite either. Oh, it's like so many of the friendship evolutions, I feel like as kids, we all just did not have the patience for that. Especially, like, I feel like the reason I didn't really get Blissey as a, when I was younger was just because, like, with, like, a Golbat or, getting Eevee into Espeon or something like that, you can teach it lots of good offensive moves so it can just keep on battling. But with Chansey, you kind of have to do a lot of switch training, a lot of pampering. So you just kind of end up, like, because Chansey tends to work better for, like, competitive gameplay. But it's kind of hard to integrate Blissey into a, team for, like, a regular playthrough. Because, let's face it, most of the time regular playthroughs come down to really fast sweepers. Especially if, like most of us probably did as kids, you play with, the pivot mode or the switch mode on where you can swap Pokemon whenever your opponent's about to play a new one. Yeah, Fritter gets a little bonus. We're gonna teach her Return, even though it's not gonna do jack worth of damage. It doesn't matter. She gets to be a lovely little Fritter with a lovely, super powerful move. Go ahead and move Fritter over to the cuties box. Come on, Liz, call me with that leaf stone. Like, I'm gonna check something real quick. I'm gonna check Exeggutor's Cerebi page real quick. See if there are any moves I want to level it up with. I thought I had Cerebi bookmarked. What are you doing, me? What are you doing? Looking at maybe importing a Wonder Swan. I really want a Wonder Swan also. It's got a lot of really cool games. That, and I just think it's like a cool console anyway. Like its dual form factor, yeah. It can go into Tate mode at the flick of a wrist. Well, that and it has an exclusive Mega Man game and an exclusive Klonoa, and it has a bunch of the Final Fantasy ports that ended up on GBA later. There's another X-Egg I have. I bred with a specific egg move. I think it was Mega Drain? But I don't really know if any of Execute's regular moves besides Leech Seed I really want to try to learn for Executor. Check Executor's learn set to see if it's got different stuff. Stomp and Egg Bomb, so neither of those are pretty exciting either. I didn't know how big a deal it was until the Did You Know Gaming video on it. Yeah. I always knew it was pretty popular, but it's like really big actually, especially in Japan, the only place it released. It also got really cool remakes of the first Saga game, and I think Saga 2 as well. And I've always wanted to play that. I love, well, it's called Final Fantasy Legend in North America. But I love that game so much. It was like right there alongside like Super Mario RPG and Final Fantasy VI is one of my first RPGs. What about Final Fantasy Wario? I would play the hell out of that if it existed. Though, one of the Game Boy Bomberman games, when it got localized, was changed to Wario Blast, featuring Bomberman, which I actually do have. And they just kind of ROM-hacked a Wario sprite into a Game Boy Bomberman game, and you can choose to play as Wario or Bomberman. It's such a weird crossover, and I don't know why they did it. Because nothing else about the game has changed. It's 100% Bomberman. There's just a Wario sprite in there now. The most powerful localization change. They did that just for you, Soda. No, Bomberman on Game Boy had a really weird history with localization. Wario just loves bombs that much, I guess. But no, like the first Bomberman Game Boy game, Bomber Boy, was localized as Atomic Punk, and had a cover that looks absolutely nothing like Bomberman. I mean, Atomic Punk is a raw as hell name, to be honest. But it's a strange choice because Bomberman for NES was already out, so why sacrifice the name recognition, or the brand recognition possibility? Was it Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest that was published by Nintendo of America, thinking it'd be a big deal, but it wasn't, to the point where they gave away the... that was Dragon Quest, and Dragon Warrior, as they originally localized it, which wasn't a weird localization change. It was necessary because there was a tabletop RPG called Dragon Quest, one word, that already existed in North America at the time. Though, from what I know, I think the copyright on that lapsed in 2004 or 2005, which is right when Dragon Quest VIII came out and was the first game to have the Dragon Quest name internationally. Yeah, the first Dragon Warrior wasn't manuals that was given away with subscriptions, it was the whole game. There was a while there in, like, around 1990 where if you subscribed to Nintendo Power, you would just get a copy of the first Dragon Warrior. Yeah, it was very desperate. And Nintendo Power issues had full, like, in-depth breakdowns of everything in the game with bespoke art and everything. And, well, the thing is, they thought it would be as big in America as it was in Japan, so they overproduced cartridges, and they had nothing to do with them, so they ended up being subscription incentives for Nintendo Power. I think Dragon Quest's running issue that it never seems to be able to escape, as far as like its popularity in like North America and other Western territories, is all the games that it inspired, it ended up coming out after those. Because, you know, it inspired a lot, because it originally came out in 1986, I think, in Japan. And a lot of games that inspired not just direct RPGs like Final Fantasy and stuff, but, you know, it also inspired a lot of non-RPG games to add more character growth elements. You know, to stuff like Rygar or Castlevania 2 and all that. But all those games came out internationally before the first Dragon Warrior came out. It's like the game Hydlide is pretty well regarded in Japan, but it's considered like, you know, basically shovelware in North America, because Hydlide originally came out for computers like way in the early 80s, predating Dragon Quest, predating Zelda, predating Ys. But America didn't get Hydlide, I think, until like 1990 on the NES. But it's barely changed from the original PC version, because it's like, I think it's a Famicom version that originally came out in like, shit, the mid-80s, like around the same time Dragon Quest came out. So that massive delay made it look like basically shovelware by the time it came out in North America. There's a Hori Joy-Con replacement controller with a slime hidden beneath. Yes, I know. I have seen it, and I love it so much. They have so much cool Dragon Quest stuff. I've always wanted the Metal Slime Dragon Quest. I think it's a 2DS XL. Where it just got the metal slime hanging out on top, a little bubbling up. I think there was also a Metal Slime PlayStation 4 that came out around the time that Dragon Quest XI first came out. It's a 2DS XL? Yeah, I think so. Honestly, like, I've never had a new 2DS XL, but one of my coworkers a few years ago at one of my other jobs had one, because, like, I don't know how it happened, but, like, he became ultra hyper fixated on Yokai Watch. So he would basically carry his 2DS XL with him. I would like to inform you that his Yokai Watch hyperfixation was long after the Switch came out. But he got super into it all of a sudden. But 'tis the path of being neurodivergent. You have no control over what's going to take over your life. But yeah, like, he had a new 2DS XL. He let me play it just to check out one of the Yokai Watch games and stuff. And the screen just looked brighter and crisper than most 3DSs do. I mean, granted, it was the last 3DS model, and it doesn't have to deal with having to split the screen. You know, there's a Yokai Watch cross Rent-A-Girlfriend crossover in Japan. Huh. Now, Jibanyan can get rejected after 200 chapters. Side note, when I was at my local school, PSP Crisis Core, hell yeah. Like, I'm glad that Crisis Core does have its, like, remaster edition on modern platforms, but there is a certain special sauce about the PSP version. Me Gongaga. I was trying to apply to an art school. Someone left their Game Boy Color near a window. That's a little scary. I would be afraid to like, I would try to find that person and get them their Game Boy back. I mean, honestly, even though I know it kind of defeats the purpose, I do not like ever taking any of my game consoles out of the house. Especially anything retro, because, to be honest, most retro handhelds, outside of the 3DS currently, don't really command that much money. But I feel like some idiot who doesn't know that and just assumes any old video game would be money would try to steal it. Alright, everybody grab your favorite sugar-free, caffeine-free beverage of choice. I got my water tumbler right here. And take a nice big sippy. And also, everybody get up, stretch your legs, do some good stretchies, get out of shrimp mode. All my cuties, unshrimp yourself. That includes you too, lurkers, and people watching the VOD later. Unshrimp yourself. To all my fellow hoes out there, straighten up that back so it can get properly blown out later. The shrimpification of chat. Don't shrimp my chat. I'm gonna find out who shrimped my chat. Also, like, semi-unrelated, this will eventually loop back around to something related-ish, but, no, I was, just using my original Wii that I got in 2007, because it's got a bunch of games downloaded, and I wanted to play some Xenoblade, like the original version. I have Definitive Edition on Switch, and I have the Switch 2 upgrade, but sometimes you just want to play the original one, because you can. And I think it's about time that I'm gonna need to, replace the disk drive on my Wii, which is fortunately very easy. They're not ID tagged to the console or anything, so you can just take one from a Wii that works better and put it in a different one, and it's no problem. But the new 3DS version, I would love to own that version, just have every version of Xenoblade. It's one of those things where if I have extra free money one day, I probably will buy a new 3DS copy off of Xenoblade. Or off of eBay of Xenoblade. Bleh. I had to go to Job today, be nice. But yeah, while my Wii is still reading stuff like Mario Kart 8 and New Super Mario Bros. Okay, it is struggling with dual-layer discs like Xenoblade and Archives Fantasia and stuff. So I'm probably going to need to do a disk drive swap one day. I mean, I have 2 other Wiis in the house, so it's probably not going to be that difficult. Damn, so no Brawl. Well, I have 2 other Wiis in the house and a Wii U, so if I want to play Brawl that badly, I can do it. I have to re-unlock everything, though. Well, actually, not really, because I could just probably put my save data onto the SD card and then put the SD card in another Wii and copy it again. Hello, Tully here. It's a great night for fishing. We should get a battle going. I'll be fishing on Route 42. Swing by if you have the time. Well, I'll be seeing you. But, with, come on, brain. Come on, you were doing so good. No, I went ahead and actually put my Xenoblade 1 disc in my Wii U and played it on there to make sure it was the actual disc drive and not the disc. And I should say this didn't just come out of nowhere. For the last couple of years, whenever I wanted to play Xenoblade on my original Wii, it would have a disc read error, and I'd have to turn it off and wait a couple minutes, then turn it back on and start the game again. and it would eventually work. But yeah, all the discs that it didn't read on the first try, it read just fine on my Wii U, so it's not the discs. And again, this Wii has had several hundred hours of discs played on it, so I'm not too terribly surprised. For some reason, my Wii U can't read my new copies of New Soup and Smash 4. Honestly, that's kind of soda-phobic of it. I've been doing more than just fishing since we last met. You're in for a big surprise. But no, it's just like because my save file for Xenoblade 1 on my Wii U is basically like I did the intro and saved the game. Sea King, Sea King. So I ended up just like sitting there playing Xenoblade for like an hour and just relaxing and enjoying the experience. Like, not even intentionally, I just got really into it and I was enjoying myself. Quillfish. I wish regular Quillfish got an evolution too, because Overquill is such a perfect name and perfect design for a Quillfish evolution. What? That's not right. Overquill, I love it. Yes, Overquill's so good. That's the thing is, like, I've been very critical of a lot of the Gen 4 evolutions that were added, especially the ones for Gen 1 Pokemon. And at first I thought maybe I'm just a Debbie Downer, maybe it's just nostalgia, but no, I love all the new evolutions from Legends Arceus. I love all the new evolutions added for old Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. It's just specifically the ones in Diamond and Pearl that I have issue with. You see, the great irony is, as critical as I generally am of Diamond and Pearl, I love Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. They're kind of like low-key a comfort game for me. Then again, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, aside from fixing a lot of the issues I had with Diamond and Pearl, provides something unique because they're really the only traditional, like, old-school style Pokemon games on Switch that aren't like a digital re-release. Because I think that's why the Switch era of Pokemon's so great, is because you have so many games that provide different experiences. Because, you know, you have Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl for a classic experience. You've got, like, the open world and exploration of Scarlet and Violet. You have the more story-driven, darker Legends games. And I mean, even Sword and Shield kind of have their own vibe and do their own thing. Because Sword and Shield feel to me like an upgrade of the design ethos of the 3DS games. So even like between just Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet, despite being the two main series entries on the console, still do feel really different from each other. And that's one thing I love about the Switch generation, is that when a new Pokemon game comes out, it doesn't feel like, oh, this is just the next Pokemon game that invalidates the previous or whatever. Which, like, none of the games actually invalidate each other, but you know. It still kind of messes with my head that, Scarlet and Violet are 4 years old already. Because I feel like they're like kinda still newish. Like maybe not new, but they don't feel like they should be 4 years old. Shit, man, when Pokemon Red and Blue were 4 years old, we were getting Ruby and Sapphire, almost. You know, it's funny how deeply attached people are to Gen 1 when it's like, outside of Japan, it had a really short run. I mean, Red and Blue were 1998, and then Gold and Silver were 2000, so Gen 1 was really the only generation for only 2 years. Scarlet and Violet do feel kind of old and new simultaneously. They definitely feel like a completely different game on Switch 2, that's for sure. Parentheses positive. I mean, I still love them in their original form. I've played hundreds of hours of Scarlet and loved pretty much all of it. But it's amazing what the Switch 2 version... It's not even really a Switch 2 version, it's just an update on Switch 2 that lets the game tap into the power of the Switch 2. And it's really amazing how much of a difference just ironing out all of those tech issues makes. It just turns it turns a great but flawed game into just a great game. Super Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, like actually though. Legitimately actually. And I mean, the awesome thing is it's not even a paid update or a Switch 2 version or anything. It's just like, just update the game, and if you are on Switch 2, you just get all the upgrades for free. I guess that's one thing that's really weird with Switch to Switch 2 upgrades, is like, it is handled very inconsistently. Pokemon New Scarlet and Pokemon New Violet. Okay, you see, the thing is, Nintendo using the English word new all the time on stuff like New Super Mario Bros. And Yoshi's New Island and stuff seems really weird to native English speakers. But okay, the Japanese word shin means new. Like, Shin Megami Tensei is the later branch of the franchise of just Megami Tensei. It's just that it doesn't really have the same kind of context culturally in Japan that it does in English-speaking regions. I feel like the word new is taken a lot more literal, because, you know, there's also stuff like Shin Majinger and stuff like that. And it's like, the word Shin, like, new in Japan is more like upgraded or remastered or, you know, kind of a way to indicate that this is a fresh take on something classic. It doesn't necessarily mean it just came out, because trust me, there are 1,000 fucking jokes about the fact that New Super Mario Bros. Came out 20 years ago. It's like, I guess it's not New Super Mario Bros. Anymore, is it? I wonder if third definitive version of RPG are dead in this era of DLC and updates. Last time we had it was... I'm pretty sure... honestly, I guess you get a free hot take. I am glad that that trend is dying. I feel so fucking shafted as somebody who pre-ordered Dragon Quest XI on PS4, like the original version of Dragon Quest XI, and I wasn't upset when there was the Switch version with new content, because, you know, Switch didn't have the game originally. But when they brought 11S over to PS4 and Xbox One, well, okay, whatever, Xbox One didn't have the vanilla version, but with the PS4 owner, you had no way to upgrade. You didn't even get a fucking discount off of the S version. It was a brand new, completely separate game. You couldn't even move your save data over. Persona 5 did the same thing with Royal. Again, the Xbox, Switch, and PC versions, I have no umbrage with, because the game was not on those platforms originally. But the fact that, again, with Persona 5 Royal, if you had vanilla Persona 5, you could buy the game again at full price, LOL. Because, like, you know what's even more fucked up with Persona 5 Royal? is, okay, you know that currently with Persona 5 Royal, if you owned DLC, like the outfit DLC and stuff, for vanilla Persona 5 and you bought Royal on PS4, all that DLC would carry over, right? The original plan was to not have any of your DLC carry over. It was actually Atlas, like their USA branch, that was really pushing to at least have the DLC carry over, because like, no, the US audience is going to have a fucking tantrum if you do that. Because yeah, originally it's already bad and it was going to be even worse. Because with Pokemon, I'm pretty sure they've just replaced the third version with having DLC instead. Which I greatly prefer, because that way I don't have to start my whole adventure over. Late stage capitalism, am I right? No, like, I love Atlas's video games for the most part, but they have really shitty business practices. They're backing away from them lately, thankfully. Because the thing is, Metaphor ReFantazio, which is a fucking fantastic game, may I add, it sold really well at first. It was one of the fastest selling Atlas games, actually. But it sold really well at first, and then it tapered off really, really fast without much legs, which is unusual because a lot of times, like Persona and SMT and stuff will have pretty good legs and keep selling. And they flat out openly acknowledged that people probably stopped buying it after the launch window because everybody was just waiting for, like, you know, Metaphor Royale or whatever. Which has not happened, even though it's been, like, what, 2 years? Almost 3 years, I think? I think it was 2024. And yeah, like, I'm pretty sure they've openly said they're gonna back away from doing, you know, Vengeance Royal Golden releases anymore. Because they didn't do anything like that for Persona 3 Reload either. But dude, if they had done a fucking, like, Persona 3 Reload Royal, I'm like, yeah, let's have a 5th fucking version of Persona 3 with different content. Why not? Because that's the thing. Contrary to popular belief, Persona 3 on PS2, like just vanilla Persona 3, does have different content that is not the same as Persona 3 FES. Persona 3 Reload Royal Remastered and Knuckles Definitive Edition. Turbo. It's weird to put definitive editions on portable consoles. Not really. It's kind of a tradition, actually. That's only recently been broken. I think the last major one of doing that was probably Dragon Quest XI. It basically, you get the trade-off of A, you had to wait for it, and B, you're not on as powerful of hardware, but you get extra content. Because for a while that was the thing, like there was Persona 3 Portable, Persona 4 Golden, Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D. I mean, Xenoblade 3D is kind of one of them, because it has, like, the music editor and the model viewer that's not in the Wii version, or the Switch version, actually. I think I said music editor, but I meant, like, music player. Sorry, I was thinking about the color editor from Capcom vs. SNK 2, which you should all also be thinking about. Bright pink Blanca. Blanca? Blanca? I want to get a Playdate too. Those are neat, but I haven't seen any games on it that really, like, make me want to spend the amount of money it costs. No diss to the games, I just would need something that makes me like, ooh, that looks awesome. It doesn't have to be, like, a mind-blowing experience or anything. It's just, like... I just want something I'm excited for, even if it's a tiny little score attack game. Though this rule isn't as hard and fast as it used to be, just because consoles don't have that many exclusives anymore outside of Nintendo. My old rule, I guess, for buying a new console... Hard and fast phrasing. What do you mean? I always like it hard and fast. The 200-hour-long RPG on there. Okay, I'll play it. I will turn the crank as I grind my levels for 200 hours. We'll call it Persona 5. You see, Soda, you say you can put your RPG on the playdate, but the girl's boobs will just take up that entire little screen. But no, I had what I could call the rule of 5, which basically a console had to have 5 must-play games to me. And they had to be ones that I couldn't get on anything I already owned. Because I feel like, you know, at the time it was like $300 or $400, not $700 or some shit. But, you know, I felt like I would get my $300-something worth. If I had 5 games that I just absolutely adored. The entire screen is just Morgana's face. You boot it up and it's like, looking cool, Joker! 2 general names for RPGs. Got no clue what they're about. I'll DM them to you. Well, that's a fun thing when you come up with a really cool name like that. It's kind of working backward. Just like, put a million ideas on paper and spitball them and see how you feel. Because a lot of times I'll have something in my head and I'll write it down, I'm like, no, wait, that doesn't work. Or no, wait, I don't like that as much as I thought I would. And it's important to go through the creative process. Like, there's a thing they say in creative industries, which is fail faster. Which basically means, you know, get out there and just start trying things so you get all the ones that don't work out of the way. Ooh, I'm gonna check my DMs for these kick-ass video game names. Yeah, the second one is also pretty cool. But yeah, Soda, I'm surprised that you didn't know that Dragon Ball was originally a comedy series. Because, yeah, like the first handful of arcs in Dragon Ball are more tonally similar to Dr. Slump. And are really just kind of parodies of... No, well, the one-shot was not the start of Dragon Ball. Dragon Boy was kind of a prototype of Dragon Ball, but it's not directly related. But yeah, Dragon Ball from the point of Bulma meeting Goku till probably around the time King Piccolo shows up, it still has plenty of action, but it's mostly focused on comedy. Shit, my stream is lagging. Oh no. Come on, do not do this to me, internet, please. Oh, I'm dropping so many frames. Okay, we good. Guys, say something in the chat if you can hear me and the stream's running okay, because my, my connectivity indicator just went, like, really low. Okay, back to normal. Yeah, it wasn't you. It was my internet doing that. Okay, it says I'm still live on Twitch. Okay, cool. Not dropping anymore. Can hear you. Okay, good. Whew. I was about to cry. My internet didn't cut out on any of my devices or anything, so I guess that was just a hiccup.
Hey, it's me, Wade. Are you awake? Found all kinds of berries. If you want, I'll share some with you. I'll be waiting on Route 31.
Thank you, Wade. Oh, it's doing it again. This must be a Twitch issue, because Rain was having a lot of problems with this yesterday. Ethernet was a good move on my part. I have everything hooked up with Ethernet, actually. And it was still a good move, though, yes. An Ethernet. This guy had some issues. Wonder if it's linked. Yeah, it's because all of these websites are fucking vibes-based coding at this point. Wow, Twitch adds AI bullshit and suddenly starts having issues. Crazy. Right?
Good to see you. See, this is what I found. It's for you.
Thank you, Wade. Let's go, Wade!
You'll hear from me as soon as I find anything you might like.
You know, I feel like this whole... Because, again, AI contributes nothing and nobody likes it. It's just investors paid a lot of money, so they're forcing these companies to use it, even though the companies themselves probably don't want to. But, dude, how many companies that would otherwise be doing fine are going to fucking die because of this AI shit? But hey, if Twitch ever completely dies and goes bankrupt and everything, I will start streaming on YouTube. I will let all of you guys know where and how to find me. And if YouTube dies too, then I'm gonna fucking point a camera at my TV and broadcast radio waves to you directly. Literally every company's just shooting themselves in the foot. They're finding new extra feet they didn't know they had to shoot themselves in. You heard the shoe retailer saying, "We're now an AI company." Hi, I'm here just very tired. I finally built up the energy to type. Hi, Maddie. I am also tired, but we ball. But how are you today on this lovely, sleepy Sunday afternoon? Yesterday was actually a lot of fun because me and Maddie got to play Big Walk for a couple hours together. It was really cool. Considering multi-streaming as soon as possible, Twitch keeps at it. I kinda don't want to have to go that route if I don't have to, but I will. Big Walk. This is big time we're walking. This is big time we're walking all the time. Gigantic walk. Enormous hoof in it. Somebody get that game, want to play it with friends. Huh. I hope it's still on sale for $14.99 tomorrow. I mean, it's only $20 of its regular price, but still. Also, funnily enough, Big Walk ended up being my first Switch 2 game. That wasn't like a Switch 1 upgrade or anything. I go sleep now. Have a good one. Good night, Soda. Have a good, nice, restful sleep.
Night soda, night soda. Do 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 do. Ice beam.
Not quite as iconic as the Generation 3 Ice Beam sound effect.
Dorito time.
Maybe I should go run through the Elite Four again. Because it does get just a little bit stale fighting the same, like, 10 Pokemon out here. It's funny, in my childhood copy of Gold, I got, like, maybe 15 or 20 different Pokemon to level 100. Mostly just grinding through here, in this one spot in front of Mount Silver. Because I do actually really love the whole system of, like, having people call you and stuff with, like, rematches or just whatever they're doing or little gifts. But I just kind of wish there was a way to trigger it manually. I wonder. You know, again, I guess that's why I like the Versus Seeker so much in Fire Red and Leaf Green. It's kind of a shame that it was a thing in, like, Fire Red and Leaf Green and then Gen 4 and never again. What if I just... Bop, bop.
Hello, Liz speaking. Oh, Mots, good evening. Listen, listen. My Nidoran, so pretty. And so awesome. Yes, but very much. Eat and lovely. Just ravishing. Oh, so much. Hug it. Sleeping, that's right. Pretty. So nice. Cute. Oh, look at the time. I chatted too long. Sorry, I took so much of your time. I love chatting. Okay, I'll call you later.
We are two of a kind. See, the thing is, I think all the random words with the ellipses are meant to be like, she's just going on and on and on. Because they do the same thing for the guy who gives you the bike voucher from the Pokemon Fan Club in Gen 1. Though I don't know if I would want to go to sleep hugging a Nidoran. They are very poisonous and spiky. But maybe it's one of those things like having a pet hedgehog where, like, you're just used to it, so you know how to not spike yourself. I think this goes into Victory Road, yes, okay. Oh, hey, since we're here, let's go ahead and do our Cal battle. Boink. High calorie battle mode. Imagine not wanting to hug a poisonous bunny. Then again, I don't know, like your character in like X and Y and the Alola games and stuff can pet anything poisonous or on fire or frozen and just get like minorly inconvenienced with no long-term damage. So humans in Pokemon World, as I've said before, are probably a lot tougher than the humans in our universe. Traveled out here just so I could battle you. Yoink. Gotta go fast. Sorry, my mic isn't cut off or anything. I'm just, like, spacing out. I apologize. Now, I'm a little torn because, like, I'm happy that they added amiibo support to the Switch 2 version of Xenoblade 2, but I absolutely cannot bring myself to open my Pyra and Mithra amiibos after all this time. I'm usually not the kind of person to keep any kind of toy in a box or anything like that. I lost. Darn. But at this point, it's like... I don't know. I probably will one day. But for now, they stay securely in the box. I was actually very, very happy that I could get the Pyra and Mithra amiibos when they were available. Like, because they were originally, like, I went to pre-order them the day they were available to pre-order, and they were out of stock. And then, like, 2 hours later, they came back in, and I managed to get them. At some point, I need to go out of my way to get Joker. And the... I really want to get the, Noah and Mio amiibo, but, like, I had zero chance to even get those. Noah and Mio from Xenoblade 3. Twitch notified me following you for a year today. Yay! Thank you so much, Soda, for being here with me on my silly adventures for so long. Mithra amiibo on my desk. Okay, now time for real sleep. Yes, go get you some real sleeps. Real-time eepin'. Hop. You know, as much as I love the Game Boy Advance, it has always kind of low-key baffled me that, you know, this is a system that came out 10 years after the Super Nintendo. Well, 11 years after the Japanese, the Super Famicom. And it has, like, L and R buttons, but why are the only two face buttons A and B? Like, I have no idea why they didn't add X and Y buttons to the GBA. Especially because it has so many freaking Super Nintendo ports on it. And all of them have, like, weird control schemes. Like with Super Mario World, like, in the Super Nintendo version, it's like B to jump, Y for run or fireball, then, and X does the same thing as Y, and then A is like the spin jump. But, like, for the GBA version, you know, they got, like, B is the run fireball, and A to jump, and then, like, spin jump is on the R shoulder button. Granted, a lot of first-party Nintendo games, even on Super NES, didn't really use all the buttons. Like Donkey Kong Country 1, for example, like, it's really kind of only a 3-button game, not counting start to pause the game. Because, like, with Donkey Kong Country, it's, like, B to jump, Y for running and holding stuff and all that. And then, like, both A and select switch partners. I don't even think X does anything in Donkey Kong Country. Either that or just mirrors Y. Because I don't think the shoulder buttons do anything either. I know in Super Mario World, you can actually use the shoulder buttons, believe it or not, to move the camera a little bit to the left and a little bit to the right, but I feel like hardly anybody remembers you can do that. The camera move thing in the GBA version of Super Mario World is, like, I think all mapped to either L or select. Shake, shake. Because, like, one of the craziest things to me is the Super Nintendo controller basically invented the modern control layout. You know, the 4 face buttons, shoulder buttons, start and select. And the next Nintendo home console to have that as its default control layout would be the Wii U in 2012. So, like, a 22-year gap. I mean, there was some other stuff, like, you know, obviously the original Wii's classic controller had a Super Nintendo layout. And, the DS had the same layout as the Super Nintendo. Oh, shit, I'm dropping frames again. It's all red. Angry. Twitch, why are you doing this to me? I'm a cute little mouse who just wants to play video games on the internet. Okay, back to the green again. Gosh, what is going on? I'm sorry if I'm lagging or cutting out. Need the internet to not have vibes-based coding for real. It's like, get your work done quicker by doing it all completely incorrectly. I mean, I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion or not, but I actually do like the GameCube's button layout with the big A button and then the other 3 orbiting around it. It has its ups and downs, but I feel like a lot of multi-platform games from that era were just not really made with the GameCube's controller in mind. The most egregious is probably the Mega Man Anniversary Collection, which for some reason has A as the fire button and the tiny little B button as jump. Somehow Kid Me beat all 8 mainline Mega Man games with that control layout. I don't know how. And the thing that fucks me up about it is, like, it wasn't even a case of, like, they copied the NES controls verbatim and it came out weird, because the NES version has B as fire and A as jump. Too much time and determination. Ah, you have proven your worth. I mean, I actually already, at that point, had Mega Man 2, 3, and 4 on NES, and Mega Man 7 on Super Nintendo, Mega Man 8 on PlayStation. So, like, that was the first time I had ever played 1, 5, or 6, though. Because with the Mega Man 2, 3, and 4. There was a video store that was local to me, and it was a rental store. It hasn't existed for like 20-something years at this point. When the PlayStation had been out for a couple years, they finally started selling off their rental NES games. So my mom bought me Mega Man 2, 3, and 4, and Lemmings for NES for $2 a piece. Unfortunately, I lost my NES copy of Lemmings when we moved, which I'm still very sad about. I still have it on Super Nintendo, but the NES version is the opposite of cheap. So that's one of the few games that I have owned and will probably, at least until I become a millionaire or something, won't have a chance to own again. When I become the second most famous mouse on Twitch. I mean, at least the most famous one not made of iron. Actually, like, there are only a few games that I have owned before but do not currently own. One of the weirdest is the original Kirby's Dream Land. It's another game that just unfortunately got lost while we were moving. Come close to the FE mouse. No one can surpass her. Nor would I ever plan to. But, yeah, like, Kirby's Dream Land is a weird one because, like, I owned the original Game Boy version, lost it when we moved, and it's like, I don't dislike the game or anything, I just don't really have a huge desire to pay $30 or $40 for the Game Boy cartridge, which is reasonable, but it's a game that I just don't think I would go back to and play that much, and if I did, it's right there on NSO. And yeah, I know that's not the same thing as owning it, but if I'm going to spend that money to get a playable Kirby's Dream Land 1, I'd rather just spend a little more and get the Dream Collection for Wii, which has, like, I think Kirby's Dream Land 1, 2, 3, Superstar. I think it's got Kirby 64 on there? Trying to remember. I think it's like 6 games. Plus, I know it's got some really cool, like, challenge missions in the Kirby's Return to Dreamland engine. Fuck, you just remind me that I don't have any of the Kirby collections for Wii. I don't have one of the Kirby collections for Wii anymore now. I'm sad. What happened to it? Also, I have only ever traded in one game ever. Which was my copy of Banjo-Kazooie for Nintendo 64. I don't know what spurred me to do that, but I regretted it like an hour later. And I still actually don't own a Nintendo 64 cartridge of it. I mean, I was still pretty young at the time. But, had it at one point, generally don't remember where it went. Damn, that sucks. I'm sorry. But, yeah, I didn't even get that much for it. But, I do own Banjo-Kazooie on Xbox 360. I'd like to buy an N64 cartridge of it someday, but I want to make sure it's a real one and not one of those weird knockoffs. But again, it's just one of those times where it has to line up to where I actually have $40-something to spend on that. Max toast time, baby. Yeah, let's go. Well, Rain, I'm going to sprinkle a blessing at you. Yo, why you still have a Pokemon with Lick when you're in the fucking Elite Four? But I'm gonna sprinkle a blessing on you to your copy of Kirby's Dream Collection is just gonna randomly show up in a place that you know you've looked a bunch of times before.
And then you'll stream it. Stream all the Kirby's.
Does everything gotta be so damn expensive? Like, actually, though. Always seems to be what happens. Yeah, it just, like, I feel like sometimes my stuff just goes out, you know, on walks, little adventures, and just comes back. You know, it's like Toy Story. It's Game Story. My games go out on little adventures, and then they're just suddenly back. Even though I looked there, they're not there. They're suddenly there now. But, you know, I'd rather feel like a fool and find it than feel sad that I can't find it. Really want to do stream Superstar Ultra? I wish there was a less janky way to stream DS games. I know we did all of Dawn of Sorrow on stream, but I still feel like it was kind of jank. Like, I don't feel like there's a good way to get DS games to look good and, you know, like, be a pleasant viewing experience. I love that they changed the Rhydon statues to Dragonair statues. Let's go ahead and get a Purrs Cure Berry on our buddy Taki. Go ahead and switch Musketeers to the top spot because I am pretty sure Lance always starts with, Come on, Brain, you can do it. You were doing so well. I'm pretty sure Lance always starts with, Gyarados. Rising Taki! I got all these berries that I gather from every time I do the berry run in the morning, or whenever I start the stream. It's definitely a dragon type at the very least. Oh yeah, my favorite dragon types like Aerodactyl, Charizard, Gyarados. You know, I have been a continual refuter of the concept of, like, I hate the whole meme of every Pokemon protagonist being treated like they're 10. Because, like, A, no game protagonist has canonically been 10. LOL, been 10. Like, Red and Blue are 11, and presumably Leaf as well. And the, my brain stopped. The protagonist of the Sun and Moon games are also stated to be 11. The protagonists of Legends Arceus are stated to be around 15. And none of the other ones have deliberate ages, though I'm pretty sure every trainer from, at the very least, Black and White onward has been probably between 13 and 16. Heck, with X and Y, they kind of imply that your trainer is at least, like, 17 or 18. Because, the confirmed to be, I think, 16... Shit, I can't remember her name. She's in ZA also with the Esper and the detective girl. But, you know, she's confirmed to be 16 in X and Y and says Emma treats your protagonist like they're older. But I do still find amusing the concept of, like, a fucking 12-year-old or something, and Lance, this grown-ass man who's at least 25, is like, I see you've arrived. There's no need for words. Our battle will be legendary. And then, like, you know, I just have the image of, like, the little chibi hamster with the giant eyeballs, but it's your Pokemon character looking up at him while he says this. Kind of view the ZA Pro Tag. Yeah, I see them as kind of being at least college age, because they literally moved out. You know, they're going to go rent a hotel room and go on vacation on their own. And yes, this battle theme kicks a lot of booty butts. Battle will be legendary. No, it's really fun watching a lot of, you know, stuff like Beyblade and other kid-targeted media, where the protagonists are usually like 10, 12, 13. And a lot of times, you know, the rivals and antagonists are grown adults. So it's so funny watching as an adult, you know, they're supposed to seem badass and intimidating. But watching it as an adult, you're like, this fucking 31-year-old is beefing with an actual child. This motherfucker has just now learned their multiplication tables, bro. What are you doing? But never 11. Well, unless it's red and blue, or sun and moon. Wait a minute. Blue moon? It's all coming together. Wait, red sun and blue moon? That's Battle Network. I mean, there's too many grown adults who have genuine beef. You know what? That's fair. It's one of those things where, like with Rain was talking about on her stream the other day, it's like, you watch these things with these cartoonishly evil villains or whatever, you're like, ha, no one could be that evil, and then you're an adult and you're like, You know, same thing is like, no grown adult would be beefing with an 11 or 12-year-old, and then you grow up and you're like, oh my fucking god, these people are embarrassing. Wish no one could be that evil. Every day I'm so thankful I have media literacy. Yeah. I mean, I feel like, again, it just comes from Pokemon being such a big thing and people taking memes too literally. But, you know, it's just like, you can tell the media literacy challenged because, like, they miss the point of every single game. You know, like people with Black and White are still like, oh, you know, Getsus was right, the Pokemon are dogfighting. It's like, no. The whole point of Black and White's story is that Pokemon choose to be with people. And also, you know, Pokemon enjoy battling. It's a competitive sport thing for the Pokemon. And if not with humans, Pokemon will battle to the death and kill each other instead of battling to the, you know, feeling a little out of it and going turn back into a Pokeball. I mean, the Pokédex flat out backs up that, you know, wild Pokemon will just kill each other. Anyone who came out of Black and White still thinking Getsus was right after playing it either had their eyes closed or played it in a language they don't know, like English. No, it's like, it's the same thing with Sun and Moon. It's like, I've always wondered why people don't like How in Sun and Moon, or why they don't like Hop in Sword and Shield. And then I realize that people just mash through the text and do not read it. Because again, like, I don't know how people can dislike a lot of the Switch Pokemon games, but if you're just mashing through it trying to get to the competitive gameplay, I guess. Hi, Whoopie. How are you doing today on this lovely Sunday evening? We're playing some Pokemon Crystal. Trying to make the Elite Four. The Delete Four. Sly Whooper. The slyest and cutest there is. Okay, guys. While the credits play out, I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick. Grab myself some water, stretch a little bit, and probably run an ad. Sorry, Whoopi, I didn't mean to run to the bathroom as soon as you get here. I guess I'm just excited that you're here. But everybody stretch, grab your favorite sugar-free, caffeine-free beverage of choice. And I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Like a dog. Bark, 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 bark. Dog, mouse. The mouse returns. It's like, wait, why am I Sly? And my brain caught up. Hi, Ben. Dog, Mouse, the show originally pitched before Cat Dog. I have slept most of the day. Hi, Cole. How are you doing today on this sleepy Sunday afternoon? We just got done smacking the Elite Four around. And I'm gonna go do it again. Don't blame me for sleeping most of the day. If I could have, I would have done the same. I don't know if I would have slept most of the day, but Would have been nice to just have a... I haven't really had a lazy day. Yeah, we actually... Oh, that's right, Whoopi. I forgot you missed the last stream, but yes, we did catch Dad. It actually ended up, like, being a lot quicker than I thought. Because I really did not think I would catch him last stream, or last Crystal stream. The actual most recent stream we had was the one with the Game Boy games and Animal Crossing and everything, but the last Crystal stream, yeah. We actually did catch him on Tuesday. There he is, Duente. We finally have a father mounted on our wall. Like, comment, and subscribe if you like mounting a father. Oh, wait, that's right. We can go catch Ho. Shit, let's go do that instead of fighting the Elite Four again. Got a saddle and everything. Nice. Actually, let's do another Elite Four one, then we'll go catch Ho. ADHD mouse. Actually, riding an Entei around would be pretty fun. All the legendary beasts are like big. Just a trio of big, rideable guys. You're in the saddle, ready for battle. Bring all your boys in. Here come the poison. I love Click Thunderbolt. As long as the gray plume on Entei's back wouldn't give me some kind of smoke inhalation poisoning. So what, an Arcanine is my Pokemon of choice for transportation? I mean, you can do that in the Let's Go games. Will is an interesting Elite Four member. I think so, too. Also, I really wish Magneton had some kind of Steel-type attack in Generation 2. Let's get Taki out there. Setting stuff on fire. Reflect, too bad, it's a special attack. They really didn't do a lot with Steel in Gen 2. It does, you just don't know it like that. Damn. I thought my Magneton loved me. But there's what, like, Iron Tail, Steel Wing. I'm sure there's at least one I'm forgetting. Pretty sure Metal Claw was Gen 3? Oh, wait, I have the entire compilation of human knowledge in front of me. I can just go look it up. Or Jasmine in an empty gym. Like she actually is, though. Okay, a Metal Claw is in Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Because I remember Maddie and I were, we were playing, well, not really playing, but it's like we were kind of hanging out on Game Chat on Switch too, and we were just going over like the thing in Stadium 2 where it shows you like the complete list of all the moves in Generation 2 and everything, And we were both kind of shocked. Like, even me growing up with the games was shocked how few moves most types had. Because the greater majority of the moves in the game are just normal type. Because I think there were, like, maybe 6 or 10 dark type moves, like, almost no steel type moves, but even, like, moves of types that were available in Gen 1, like, I think Bug had maybe 5 or 6 moves. Because I think that's why it's so deeply ingrained in my head of just, you know, Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Psychic all the time, because, like, those were some of the only moves in Gen 1 and 2. And most of the moves were, like, dog shit or status moves, yeah. Because, I mean, like, for late game, you know, like, for fire, it's just gotta be, it's either gonna be Flamethrower or Fire Blast. Depending on if you want accuracy or power.
Hi, Pointy Pixel. Welcome in. First time chat. My name is Mots the Gaming Mouse, aka Mikea. Yeah, we do RPGs, retro, indies, platformers, old school, all kinds of different stuff here. So if that sounds cool and fun, you can grab a controller, sit down in front of the big old CRT TV, and we can play our favorite games together. And yes, it is very funny that Gust and Karate Chop were normal type attacks in Gen 1. I feel like the reason Gust was a normal type attack was, so if you started with Bulbasaur, Route 1 wouldn't be absolutely miserable. But, yeah, it's like there are so few flying attacks. And I don't really think there's one actually really good flying attack in Gen 1. Because I think the only flying attacks are there's like Wing Attack, Sky Attack, and Fly. It's more normal to produce a small but quick rush of air in 1996. Yeah, I guess so. It became less normal by 1999. Oh, and Drill Peck. Peck and Drill Peck. So I think Drill Peck was like the one actually good flying move in Gen 1. And of course, a bunch of Pokemon just couldn't learn it. Because it's so funny to me that, like, Pidgey is kind of considered the definitive, like, Gen 1 bird Pokemon. But it's, like, the only one of the big normal flyers, besides, I guess, like, Farfetch'd, that doesn't learn Drill Peck. Because Dodrio and Fearow learn it. I mean, I guess Moltres doesn't, but boy, Moltres got it rough in Gen 1. Because I feel like, for some reason, in the development of Gen 1, they seemed to consider Fire Spin to be on the same tier as moves like Ice Beam and Thunderbolt and Flamethrower. It was kinda on fire. Can't expect someone to be too productive in that state. Fair enough. You know, the TB, I think it was TB Skyin, like his short on Zapdos's design, pointed out that it looked like it just stuck its beak in an electrical socket. And I can't unsee that now, but it makes me love Zapdos even more. Can't we see its skeleton and explain that one? Oh, that's on the alternating frame.
Though I know this is a weird thing, but the visible skeleton on electrocution trope is always one I've kind of disliked. I'll alternate your frame. That's called animation, yeah. Fucking love Skyans content. Really glad he's able to get out of League. Yes, anytime someone gets away from League of Legends, their life gets better. It's frame 14 from Emerald. That is a really good frame, honestly. I love the frames in, especially the GBA and DS Pokemon games. Especially because they're like little cute pink frilly ones that look like they're lace. And that's exactly the one I like the best. I do absolutely love the fact that Rain and I unintentionally managed to form a hyperactive, bright pink loving girly girl and incredibly chill, mellow goth girl pair. Yeah, we did. The best part is neither of us started out that way. It just kind of ended up like that. Oh no, my laser reef! Little. Wow, tanked it on the crit. Too strong. But let's go and get him out of there and get Jelly Belly in here to cause problems. Power of the mind to whip your behind. That's what transitioning does. Fair enough. It was frame 16. You know, the fact that you got that close from memory is really something. Moo Moo Milk. Oh, wait, wrong one. Mouth. Using up these berries. Frame 14's the fatal one, so that was close. Yeah. They almost got you there. They almost crimsoned your butterfly. Oh, I looked it up, so don't be too impressed. Oh. Well, I'm gonna be too impressed anyway. You don't control my life. I'm so fucking impressed right now. Oh yeah, I fucking love clicking the A button. I mean, I say that as like half a joke, but most of the games I play are RPGs. So, I'm so good at clicking A. I've been doing it my entire life. Sometimes I click X, sometimes it's circle, depending on if it's a PS1 game. Way to go against your friend's wishes there. Yeah, I'm a free spirit. You can't tell me how to live my life. Press the A button. Well, now that you told me to, I don't think I'm going to do it. Let's go. Press the B button. You know, it is interesting to me that, like, with the confirm and cancel buttons being flipped, even though all the buttons are flipped around between Xbox and Nintendo, it's still A confirm, B cancel. The Impulse bought Big Walk because it was on sale. Sasa Lele. Hell yeah, big time hoofing it. It was a lot of fun when Maddie and I played it together yesterday, so I hope you enjoy big time walking. From what I understand, I'm pretty sure the Switch 2 and PC versions have crossplay too. We shall drag everyone together and simply walk around. I was actually surprised that it was in first person, though. Because, like, the trailers and stuff kind of made it look more like it was a third-person game. Because I'm not super good at first-person stuff, but then, like, it doesn't really require you to, like, aim and move and strafe or anything like that, so it wasn't a big deal. $69, nice. We got the funny. Soon the whole team shall be 69. I do like the little Pokeball made out of blocks. EP, I should get some sleep. Thank you for stream. Good night, kitties. Good night, Whoopie. I hope you have a nice, good, comfy, restful sleep. You have a wonderful night. Shit, why is Taki on the top? I'll be right back. Musket time. It's gonna be hard not to just sweep Lance with Musketeer, because all his Pokemon are flying type. It's raining Minch, oy vey. Dragonite. I apologize. Growing up with Robin Hood Men in Tights and Spaceballs effectively Mel Brooks to my sense of humor. So it shows up every now and then. Also, it's funny, I watched Spaceballs before I ever saw any of the Star Wars movies. So as a kid, I just thought it was this really cool, funny movie that happened to have like lots of really interesting ideas I'd never seen before, when it was just parodying Star Wars and I just didn't know that. Space spherical objects. Also, shout out to the original design document for Sonic 3 for the special stages where it says get blue spheres. The initial message that was going to roll in was get blue balls. And like somebody caught that in development, like, you know, maybe we should reword that a little bit. They actually did go for the phrasing. They caught it. Level 70 Musketeers, let's go. Magneton just too powerful. Get blue balls. Yeah, probably good that they caught that. Hey, 7th, how are you doing today on this lovely Sunday evening? We're playing some Crystal special effects in Spaceballs. Pizza the Hut is gross and it works. Yeah. But yeah, we're playing some Crystal, just running through the Elite Four to level up the cuties and get some extra cash and everything. Because, actually, I think 7th, you were here on the stream we caught Entei. Earlier this stream, Fritter did actually finally evolve into Blissey, so the only thing we have left that we need for our Pokedex is, Executor and Ho-Oh. Was there when Moobot was kicking my ass. Yep. Wasn't here for that. Let's go. That's right, Maddie. I forgot you didn't show up till later today. We need to go at ludicrous speed. Never actually watched Spaceballs. You should. Spaceballs watch party. It's windy. I like Meganium's tiny little munch that it does at the end of its animation. Also, I guess here you guys can have a free little Pokemon fun fact. The animations here in Crystal are multiple frames, but the entry animations in Emerald actually only have 2 different illustrations. It's just that it uses, like, sprite scaling and stuff to make it look more animated than it actually is. I really thought there was a way to speed up the credits, and I don't remember what button it is. Start it? Okay, just hold B. Speed credits. Guess I'm watching Spaceballs. It's good. I think your sense of humor will vibe with Spaceballs. I don't think I've watched it either. Oh my gosh. Oh, I guess I'm just streaming a movie watch party right now instead of playing games. I'm sure that definitely will not get copyright struck on Twitch or YouTube. I've also never seen it. Wow. And you guys call yourselves part of the Balls fandom. I don't. Okay, yeah, okay, true, you don't. But... well, I guess I do have a reason to have all those balls from Kurt. Good thing I've been such a loyal Balls fan. That's Sprout Tower. No, wait, shit, it's not here, it's Ekritique. Never claimed that label, but maybe for spite purposes. Talking about Balls 3D and not Spaceballs. I hope nobody's a fan of Balls 3D. I'm sure there's at least one out there. So I guess we're doing a Spaceball watch party. Because we're the only true Balls knower. Two towers, 2 Pokemon. But when one burned down, both Pokemon flew away, never to return. The Tin Tower shook. A Pokemon must have returned to the top. Please, do go on. While I do like this area in Gold, Silver, and Crystal, this has like a gorgeous autumn theme in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Tin Tower. A legendary Pokemon is said to roost here. Oh wait, shit, I forgot this tower's like a whole ass dungeon. Ho-Oh appears to have descended upon this, the Tin Tower. Because Ho-Oh won't show up until you have 3 legendary beasts. This will protect you, take it. The Rainbow Wing! The Pure Silence is also a cool vibe, yes. Now go. I believe you're being tested. Free your mind from uncertainty and advance. Because the Game Boy Advance came out before Crystal released internationally. Speaking of, I'm glad that Rick Moranis got a standing ovation when he showed up to the Spaceballs panel. That's awesome. I know he retired from acting and stuff, and I respect that, but he was so good. Become no thoughts head empty. See, I think so many neurodivergent people mythologize and love to joke about being no thoughts head empty, because the time when your head's actually empty and you aren't thinking is so rare and so peaceful, you like crave it sometimes. Boink, boink. Those are one-way hopping panels, so once you hop, you can't stop or turn around. I guess that is in fact so Pringles. Tin Tower BGM and the other Tower BGM lived in my head rent-free as a kid. So obsessed with it. It's such a good vibe. And also, hi LD, how are you doing today on this lovely Sunday evening? We smacked around the Elite Four for giggles a little bit. Fritter finally evolved into a Blissey. And now we are going to catch Ho-Oh, because I remember that we can actually go catch Ho-Oh now. Wait, shit, I fucked it up. You can actually train your brain to be no thoughts head empty like any other kind of training, but it requires time and effort that no neurodivergent person has the training for. I mean that, and like, there's also the fact that in some ways, I do kind of like that my brain is this little space where I have all kinds of interesting things to do. It's just like, I kind of wish I could turn it off on command, if that makes any sense. Okay, so I need to go down here, and this way, and then hop and give me that. Ultra Ball! You know, I might just pop a Super Repel since I still have some left over from the Entei hunt. Hey, more item. Escape rope. Burn Tower is a crazy good song. It really is. Okay. Okay. If I'm himbo enough, I can be thoughtless. But you don't have to be thoughtless if I'm around, Cole, because I'm the #1 thought. PP up.
Just in time. Boink, boink. Boink, boink. And then boink, boink, boink. I think I already fucked it up. I do not exactly remember how to do this. Ooh, item. Rare candy. Oh, what are we gonna be thinking about? Video games, probably. Video games. We'll probably be thinking about top 100 Game Boy game radar mission. Or top 100 Game Boy game Mr. Chin's Gourmet Paradise. Not Gargoyle's Quest, though. Apparently, Autism is focusing on Yu-Gi-Oh!, specifically Genesis. Good try, Rain, but none of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Games came out for Sega Genesis. No, I'm kidding. I know what you're talking about. Genesis 4 I'm leaving by. No, 7th, come back! Don't leave! Low-key, though, since there is an official localization of Gargoyle's Quest 2 on Game Boy, I'm hoping it secretly shows up on NSO someday. Because the localization's official, it was just unreleased. And I mean, hey, if they can do it for Earthbound Beginnings, then I feel like they could do it for Gargoyle's Quest 2. I mean, the localization's already done. They just gotta dig it out of the vault. Though, also, I just hope they have the NES Gargoyle's Quest 2 on there sometime, too. Just because, like, it's a good-ass game. Actually, they have Gargoyle's Quest 1 and Demon's Crest on NSO, but I don't think they have Gargoyle's Quest 2 on there. It was on Wii Virtual Console, and I think it was on 3DS Virtual Console as well. On Wii U, but not Wii. There were a lot of games that, like, interestingly did that. I know that Euphoria the Saga ended up on Wii U, and I think that was Europe and Japan only originally. But, like, on Wii U, it did get a North American release also. I'm gonna be honest, if I ever peek into my mind and it's just gonna be the Blossom Dance from the second Pokemon movie. Yeah, and the, like, Ella kid swings on a vine in front of them for a sec. It'll either be that, or it'll be that mini-game from Pokemon Stadium 2 with the Clefairy says, and it'll just be the Clefairy going, Fairy, 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 over and over. Shit, I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. Bell, Blossom. Okay. Come on, brain. Come on, brain. You can do it. Okay, that just brings me back to the centerpiece, so the only way I can go from the center is this way. It just takes me back out. Something that just constantly plays in my head for some reasons, like any song used in the Digimon movie. Hey Digimon, champions of the digital world. Also, you know, the Digimon movie that originally released in North America, which was 3 movies stitched together, like it's fucking Robotrek or some shit. Or Robotech, excuse me. And just a random bunch of bare naked ladies songs on the soundtrack. It's been 1 week, yeah.
Exactly. It's like such a trippy ass freaking movie. The Mudkip to Mudkip communication clip on 1% capacity in my brain 24/7. Okay. There's so much going on with that Digimon movie. No, it's one of those things like the Magical Mirror starring Mickey Mouse, where it just keeps on giving. It is also really funny, though, that with the, I really almost did say Dickie Mouse, shush. Okay, where even are the stairs I'm trying to get to? I remember having the flu as a kid, having the radio set to Radio Disney, and that song playing like every 5 minutes. It was a preview of hell. Blue Mare Skin. It's a really unsettling game, actually. Also, the way that Mickey's 3D model is done, with like his eyes seeming like they're kind of a little sunken in, makes it even creepier. Damn it. And also, the game having no dialogue also makes it creepier. You scared than Mickey throwing Hadokens. Okay, so that's the one I came up. The one in the far corner down there takes me back. The one over there takes me back. So, where the hell is the staircase that actually takes me up? Is it like in the upper corner? Am I gonna have to do some Goofy doing a Shoryuken? Actually, Cole, in the game, I'm fairly sure Mickey can perform Shoryuken and Hadoken in that barrel hitting minigame. Because actually, a very cool and attractive person made a video on fighting game moves in non-fighting games. Or fighting game references. Also do a Tatsu in the credits, yeah. It makes it even funnier that when you take into account Disney ending up owning Marvel, which has very famously versed Capcom numerous times. Okay, chat, like, thinking about Mickey Mouse actually kind of got me on this this kind of line of thought. But what is a game that you really want to like more than you do? Because for me, one of them is Epic Mickey. Like, you know, this game is responsible for, like, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit finally being a part of, like, the Disney canon again. You know, like, it has so much, like, I love the idea. I actually like a lot of the execution of how everything's set up. But it's just, like, I just do not, like, I think the game's okay. I just cannot fall in love with it. I haven't played the remaster, maybe that fixes some of the issues I had, but it just did not grab me. And I liked the vibes and the ideas and everything behind it so much. And, like, maybe I'll give it another try one day. Maybe I'll try the remaster if I can find it for under 20 bucks or something. But yeah, guys, what's a game that, like... And hey, no judgment or hate, even if it's a game I like. Because we all have different tastes and different experiences. Okay, so there's no staircase up here, and both the ones down there take me back down. Where the hell do I go? Fuck it, I'm gonna just freaking go to Cerebi and look at a map, because my brain is not doing this right now. I feel bad looking up a map like this, but I'm also not going to make you guys sit here and watch me run in circles for an hour. Wait, it doesn't have the maps. Oh. It just takes me to the encounter tables. Shit. I'd have to think on that one for a minute, because I'm sure there is a game. I just can't think of one right now. That's okay. Hello, Arnie calling. Are you awake, Mots? Hey, let's battle our Pokemon. I won't lose to you in battling or in the bug catching contest. I'll be here on Route 35. Let's talk again, huh? It might be a couple minutes, Arnie. Wait a minute. Dangan was a game I really liked as a teen, but made me more and more uncomfortable as it went on. Good for character prompts, but as an actual game, I do not fuck with it anymore. It feels embarrassing to say even once upon a time I was a fan. Now, I understand. I feel like a lot of people, especially around your age range, Maddie, that were like nerds or game enthusiasts, had a Danganronpa phase. I don't know if that's quite what you meant, but other than that, every game I know I'm either neutral or a fan. Fair enough. You know, shit, I just went back down the floor. But no, that's valid, Maddie. That's like I said, it's not exactly what I was going for, but that's valid. I don't know, like I've mentioned before, I haven't really played Danganronpa. I've watched some people play bits and parts of it and stuff, and like, I have mentioned this before, but the writer behind Danganronpa, and also the writer behind 999, are some of the few writers that can write characters that I actually genuinely cannot stand. Because I've mentioned this before, but I am generally somebody who not only tends to at least, even if I don't like a character, I'll appreciate what they do for the story or whatever. But very few characters, at least in media made in Japan, very few characters ever make me actively annoyed. But they managed to do it. They managed to make characters that really actually annoy the hell out of me, which is very rare. Wait, I did it. I figured it out. I didn't even look up the map. I mean, I tried to look up the map. I just didn't successfully look it up. Max potion. Probably all neurodivergent, so you gotta be hella specific with your questions. That's fair. Oh, 3 houses is mine. Let's see, Cole. I really want to get into the story more. I love the characters. I feel drained doing all the teaching and trying to recruit other students. You know, I've actually had other people say that about 3 houses to the point where, like, a lot of people were annoyed that a lot of the kind of stuff from 3 houses is returning in Fortune Steve. Red panel? Oh, we're doing this now. Let's see here. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing? Oh, I don't... What are you doing, Twitch? Watched Jello Apocalypse play Danganronpa as a punishment because it was a goal for some charity streams. I had fun with him and his friend group making fun of the game, but the actual game is horrendous. There are a couple of Dangan characters I still like. But either something about the game ruins the character, or the writers just take a shit on them or something. Wait, I guess 100 line may work in the prompt. Oh, I tried liking and engaging with it, but I just kind of had the same issues as Danganronpa over time. Yeah, that's more the prompt what I was going for. As of right now, it's probably Xenoblade for combat reasons. I've already talked about that before. I won't dwell on it. Still gonna give DE a fair shake. Yeah, 7th, whenever, if you want me to join in on a stream with that, just let me know when you want to, and we can plan it and stuff. Also, Ben, the question mark. Okay, with for some reason with the Twitch chat, normally I use the scroll wheel on the mouse to scroll up and down when I miss, like if I miss something in chat, I want to go back. But instead of scrolling up and down, the scroll wheel was making it zoom in and out. Like, and now I kind of zoomed it out, and the text, I'm seeing more messages on screen, which is handy, but the text is small, so I kind of have to lean closer to my screen to look at it. And I don't know what I clicked or did to change it from doing one or the other. I can handle some of the usual bullshit, but one of the characters is a sexual predator out of nowhere as a joke. Oh, lame. That shit is, like, so both tired and uncomfortable. Like, it wasn't really that funny back in the day. But now it's just, like... I feel like writers nowadays should know better. Item time. Max, survive. Who up maxing their revives? Let's see, where will this take me? Ooh, item. HP up. Handles. Yeah, okay, I read that already. Okay,
Who's Max and why are we reviving them? How'd they get themselves killed in the first place? Oh. I'm sorry, I'm too tired for a follow-up joke. I had something for a minute and then it crashed and burned. But please, by all means, assume I said something hilarious. Oh, I'm being Tuple-lorded everywhere. Ooh, item. Full restore. We're at the roof. Usually the character was kind of pathetic and tries hard to be the heart of the group, and the route just showed me that other things they have zero care for consistency. Brian's also tired. It's ho time, everybody. I realized I do not have a Pokemon to use a sleep ability on my main team, so we are raw fucking dogging this, I guess. Xiao. That booty shake. Let's read a bedtime story. This is a story all about how. Think at it really hard, Jelly Belly, but not too hard. Shit, I hope I saved. Also, you know, random thing, but one of the things that lives rent-free in my head is the token filler episode that had Scissor. My brain always wants to say Sizer because that's always how I've said it. The evolved form of Scyther. But the token Johto episode that has Sizer in it, Scissor. When they're fighting Team Rocket, you did save. Okay, thank you for checking, Maddie. I kind of did that so on autopilot, I wasn't even paying attention. But yeah, the token episode with Scissor, when the dude who is the trainer of it is having it like finish off Team Rocket, I always remember being like, he's like, finish it with false swipe, and I figured that was just 4 kids being 4 kids and not understanding the game mechanics and stuff, and just throwing the move false swipe in there, because like finish it with false swipe, that's the opposite of what false swipe does. Saving and then immediately forgetting you've saved happens all the time. So yeah, I am quite aware. But the thing is, after watching that scene in Japanese, that is an accurate translation. He actually says finish it with false swipe in the Japanese version also. So I cannot blame that one on 4 kids. Behold the power of my heavy balls. Oh, well, okay. It's gotta happen eventually. Alright. It will reveal itself before a pure-hearted trainer by shining its bright rainbow-colored wings. 12'6". Tall girly. Saving and forgetting and saving multiple times and forgetting. Ho-Oh likes some heavy. Yeah, so what was Dad's fucking problem exactly? Like, really?
Okay, we need a fizzy nickname for this one. Because Lugia's nickname was Baja Blast. Trying to think of the red sodas, but all I can think of is Code Red and Cheerwine. Mixing different sodas together? Nah. That would have been a better name for Suicune, though. Bepsi. We already have a Bepsi, actually. And besides, the Suicune's name is Pepsui, so... Ho-Ho Bean. Mario and Luigi reference? No, those are Hoo-Hoo Beans. Oh, duh. Dog the pepper. I'm standing in the ho zone. Specifically, it would be a cherry lemon sundrop. It is pretty awesome that the game has an exclusive tile set for the roof up here. You know, I just realized I don't know if anybody outside of the Southeast US even knows what Sundrop is. It tastes terrible. Never drink it. Cheerwine's good, though. Hozone or ozone? Both. I know I don't. Don't drink it. I will send you Cheerwine sometime, though. If I can ever remember to go to the fucking post office. There were still one or two items I missed. Am I insane enough to go for them? Don't do this, Micaiah. You caught Ho. Just go battle Arnie. I'm still doing this, Micaiah. Stop it. What are you doing, girl? Stop. They're calling Sunny D. That would have been pretty good also, but I wanted to stick with the soda theme. Since, you know, we got that for Lugia and the 3 legendary beasts. Also, I think I have a Sunny D already. Friend was telling me about Sundrop the other day, said it was good. I don't really care for it. It's a bit more sour than I would prefer. Oreos and soda, wow. It's weird because you don't think about the regional things from your area being regional. You just assume all of it's available everywhere. Because when my mom was in the Air Force, because her family lived in Virginia, but she was stationed in Minnesota. And every once in a while, her siblings would send her a care package, and usually, like, some bottles of, at least one bottle of Cheerwine would be part of that. And, so, a lot of times, like, she let some of her squad mates, crewmates, co-workers, I don't know what you call it, but she let some of them, like, you know, pour a little bit in a cap and let them try it. And every single time she got Cheerwine, like, yo, Karen, can I have some? Can I have some? And I was like, no, my Cheerwine. Sour actually interests you. Like tarts. Oh, okay, in that case you might actually like Sundrop, but I do not like sour stuff. I have the palate of, like, a 6-year-old. I like mac and cheese and chicken nuggies, and I do not like sour things. I like sweet things. Then again, I also like things that are, like, explosively on fire. But I feel like that just comes with being trans femme. Like sour soup might... Okay, fine. I'll buy you a Sundrop. Okay, damn. I guess I'm buying the whole... I will buy a 12-pack of Sundrop and send each of you a can. I don't know how well that's going to ship. Maybe I'll buy a 6-pack of bottles instead. To buy me one. I mean, do they have it in the state Maddie lives in? You drink sweetness because you are sweetness. Ooh. I mean, actually, all the sodas I drink are 0 sugar. Because if I drink sugary sodas, it will hurt my little mouse tummy. Never heard of it, so who knows? You know, actually, they might have it where you live, if you've just never even gone looking for it. Okay, Micaiah, you can come back and get these items anytime if you want to. The Tin Tower is not going anywhere. Get the fuck out of here. You are too tired for this. I thought I had an escape rope. I knew I picked one up in here. There it is. Okay. Rain drinking down Sundrop like Susie and Chris with the punch. We have successfully commandeered the hoe. I can just get some of it and Cheerwine when I visit as well. That's true. We'll have a soda shopping stream where you just try all the sodas. Fun fact, the world record holder for eating the most amount of Carolina Reapers in one sitting is a trans woman. They stopped her from continuing. She could have eaten more. Was it you, Rain? Was it just you, Rain? Like, be honest. I'd be worried about getting a face full of foam if you sent me a soda. That's fair. Church flavor. See why you would say that, but no. Dang. Because, I mean, I'm pretty sure a trans woman was also a Yu-Gi-Oh! Champion for quite a long time. Like, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Champion. Again, you gave a trans woman a card game? Carolina Reaper's still out of my spice tolerance range. For now. Yep. And Ho-Oh also carries the Sacred Ash when you catch it, which revives all of your Pokemon at once, but it cannot be used in battle. So I don't know what the point of it is. In a game where you have fast travel very early on and healing is free. And it's the only instance of the item, and it's a single-use item. I mean, it's very on theme with like the Phoenix vibes and everything in the I think it's pronounced Fenglong, but I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Oh. You can go hang out with your bestie Baja Blast. It is for me, who is lazy. Yeah, but you see, the thing is, my item hoarding tendencies, I will not let myself use an item that there's only one of in the game. I had a small slice of scorpion pepper cheese. There's a point when spice loses its charm, or somewhere around where that sat. That's the thing that gets me, is like, I like spicy Doritos. And with the Flamin' Hot Doritos, I actually don't like those, not because they're too spicy for my tolerance, but rather they are so spicy they blow out your taste buds and they just don't taste like anything. You could use it in between the Elite Four fights. I suppose that could be like the instance. Because in but in Gold, you can catch Ho-Oh before you fight the Elite Four. Because you can get it at level 40. Because, yeah, that's the thing in Crystal. Because, like, okay, In Gold, you can get Ho-Oh's signature move, Sacred Fire. In Silver, you get Lugia at a low enough level to get its signature move, Aeroblast. And then, because with, like, Gold, you would get Ho-Oh at level 40 before fighting the Elite Four, and then in post-game, you'd get Lugia at level 70. So you'd only get the signature move of the one on your box art, and you'd get it earlier in the game. But in Crystal, they're both at level 60, and you get neither of their signature moves. The only way to get the signature moves on them is to take them into the Gym Leader Castle in Pokemon Stadium 2, have them on your team, and then when you beat the Gym Leader Castle in Stadium 2, it actually lets you basically do the move reminder one time for one move on one Pokemon. You can do it multiple times, but you just have to beat the end of the Gym Leader Castle again. Not the whole thing, just the Elite Four. So you can, with Stadium 2, eventually get the moves back, but that's the only way to do move relearning in Gen 2, is to beat the Gym Leader Castle in Stadium 2. I like lemon pepper seasoning so much I put it on a burger patty. I like spice that makes me feel alive, not spice trying to kill me. That's valid. I still enjoy ghost pepper stuff, but it's pushing it for me. Understandable. Like I said, when it starts to blow out the taste buds and it just doesn't taste like anything anymore, it just takes the fun out of it. I think I will probably call it at, like, the 3-hour mark. So, we got a good 10 or so minutes of stream left. Because it's already 10 o'clock. I am definitely hungry for some pasta. I also like spicy food when it's, like, adding some intrigue onto usual food. I would never be able to enjoy, like, a slice of that cheese on any sandwich. Understandable. You know, like, a great tragedy happened today. I went to the store to buy some rigatoni, and they were sold completely out of rigatoni. They did not have the store brand, they didn't have Barilla, they didn't have fucking Mueller's. There was no rigatoni whatsoever. I was mortified. So, I mean, I picked up a thing of spaghetti also, but I also picked up some fucking peen. I think it's actually pronounced penny, but I think pronouncing it peen is funnier. I've actually never had it before, so I will let you guys know how I like the taste of peen. I've mentioned this a few times in people's streams, but Penn Station had a ghost pepper cheese as a promotional thing, and I want them to bring it back so badly. Can't do spice, wasabi, and hot mustard are my limit. Understandable. Spicy is not for everybody. I actually didn't like it for most of my life. But, it's really fucking funny, because a few years before I knew I was trans, I actually thought I was, like, non-binary. Well, once again, the whole discovery cycle, you get there eventually. But it wasn't until I was, like, thinking I was non-binary until I started actually liking spicy stuff. And then when I realized I was a girl, I just was, like, all in on it, so... I think it's one of those secret superpowers like double jumps you unlock when you start transitioning. Tragic. Funny internet mouse can't get her favorite pasta. I was mortified. I was horrified. Well, can you get horrified if you're already a whore? No comment. This is just my standard setting, Ben. You became hotter, so spicy food has less of an effect. You're so right. You know, it's weird. After 2 runs through the Elite Four, I thought everybody would get a lot more level ups, but they really didn't level up that much. Dad makes the spicy barbecue sauce. When he makes ribs, the only time when he had some of that sauce left over, he decided to take my spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's and smother it with the sauce, dared me to eat the whole thing without taking a drink. Got mad when he did it. Oh, you think he'd know better. You know, like, I feel like this is just, like, a local issue, but I feel like every single time every single time I go to Wendy's, 99% of the time the food is just, like, stale and gross. Which sucks because, like, the few times I've gotten them fresh, I really like their spicy nuggets. But I feel like they just leave the food sitting out all the time at most Wendy's around here. Like, they don't pay attention to, I'm trying to remember the term, because I worked at a restaurant when I was, like, a teenager or whatever. Hold times or whatever they call it. Where, like, you know, like, after a certain amount of time, you need to discard the food. Or at least feed it to the employees. Fresh Wendy's spicy nuggets are really good. Yeah, I've had them fresh a couple times. It's the same thing with their fries. It's like, I liked their fries a lot more when they started having the thicker fries with the skin on them. But again, it's almost impossible to actually get them fresh. Worry about what spice would do to the tum-tum. I understand, Ali. My mom kind of had a similar thing where she did like some spicy stuff, but she also had a really sensitive tummy. I kind of have a little bit of a sensitive tummy, but with mom's, it's just like life experiences and things that she had been through messed with her tummy a lot. Dying 3 or 4 times will do that to you. Wendy's nuggets are my favorite, but the last time I had them, they were way off taste and texture-wise. Well, that's the thing is, like, last time I was at Wendy's, and this has been probably, shit, almost 10 years ago, but last time I went to get anything from Wendy's was, they had this thing where, like, a 4-piece chicken nugget was buy one, get one for $1. Because their 4-piece nugget's, like, $4 or some shit. It's stupidly overpriced. But it was buy one, get one for $1, so I got a 4-piece regular nugget and a 4-piece spicy nugget. And my regular nuggets actually came out pretty good, but my spicy nuggets tasted like they'd been sitting out for an hour. And I was so angry and sad because I felt I was looking forward to those spicy nuggets because McDonald's had spicy nuggets for a while and they were really good too, and they only had them for like 6 months and discontinued them forever. Wendy's nuggets are still good, but yeah, like Wendy's nuggets from like 2010 were fucking peak. They were really damn good. I'm always so disappointed in the time since when I get nuggets and they just don't taste like they used to. Want my dad's deer chili now? According to my mom, I have literally always liked spicy food on account of her cravings for spicy food. Oh, it's like when you got the baby inside you, they get cravings for the food you used to eat. 2010 being 15 years ago, I don't like saying it that way either. Like, nope, 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 nope. 0 out of 10, do not recommend. It's so weird to me because, like, in 2007 felt like a really long time ago. But right now, 2017 does not. It feels like it was like 2 or 3 years ago. Well, okay, I know 2017 isn't the same amount of time. Yes, you are now aware of the passage of time. Well, that's the thing. I'm kind of not, because it just doesn't feel like time's passing. But there was that absolutely, like, that one meme that made me do the Matt Damon aging gif was actually in 2021 when it said what you think Final Fantasy was 20 years ago, and it shows a picture of Final Fantasy IV, and then it says what Final Fantasy actually was 20 years ago, and it shows Final Fantasy X.
You are now aware of something deeper, more sinister. Congrats, Cole, on hitting your 3rd decade. Yeah, no, I do not like the idea that my friends who were born in 2000 are closer to 30 than they are to 20. Why would you hit 3 decades? Oh, arrow with piercing damage. What did they ever do to you? Final Fantasy X kids like, no, that's like, eh. Though actually, the Final Fantasy that's 20 years old now is Final Fantasy XII. Other than give you back problems. You know, weirdly enough, I don't have a lot of back problems. Yet. Though depending on how whether I get insurance, that could change. Actually, I think part of the reason, even though I do try to physically exercise a lot, I don't have a lot of the back, leg, and knee problems that a lot of people around my age range do, is because my mom, well, you know, she did, like, martial arts and stuff, so she kind of trained me to get into the habit of properly stretching and stuff like that, and doing little exercises, but also the fact that, like, I, from the age of about, like, 25-ish, started having this policy of never working through pain. If my wrist hurts, I will stop drawing or playing a game. If my legs hurt, I will go sit down or lay down if I need to. You know, like, I will stop doing something if it's starting to cause me pain and let myself stop and heal. And it's interesting because even, like, just taking a break for an hour can help just the pain just go away naturally sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. It's a good policy, unfortunately, I cannot adhere to. It's really hard when your neurons are diverging, and this one game or this one illustration you're working on or this story you're writing are the only thing in the entire fucking galaxy that can give you serotonin. At the very least, if I'm typing or if I'm playing a turn-based game, I will try to at least switch hands. Because a lot of times when I'm playing, like, Pokemon, which, you know, especially with the older Pokemon games, nothing will happen until you press the button to confirm or move your character or whatever. So I will just set the controller down and just click one button at a time. I'm gonna say every problem's in your front, but that's kind of true. Not necessarily problems, but no, that is actually legitimately funny. I love vintage stuff, and they're playing Final Fantasy XII. When I'm drawing or writing, my body stops perceiving, which is very bad for multiple hours have gone, but yes. I also have that problem, and I will literally stop and check. Because I know when I was little, I would get super into drawing and curl further and further into whatever desk or table I was sitting at. And, like, shrimping wasn't a slang term at that time. But, you know, my mom would be like, "You're curling into a ball." And sometimes I would straighten up when she said that, and other times I would just, like, yeah, uh-huh. And she had literally, like, put one hand on my chest, one hand on my back, and straighten my posture manually. Like, herself. I feel like the only young one in this chat room, yet I still feel old. Only slightly off topic, but I feel like part of the reason I struggle to consistently exercise is because work leaves me too tired. That's the thing, work is a ripoff when it comes to, energy, because you don't gain anything, like, you don't gain anything mental or creative from doing it, and you don't get yourself in better physical shape, but it makes you feel physically, mentally, and emotionally drained anyway. So it's like your body feels like you ran a marathon, and your brain feels like you've been creating up a storm, but you actually did literally nothing. So it, like, saps energy for no gain.
And it is hard to make myself exercise. Because my mom used to do these little arm exercises and knee bend exercises, and she'd just like do 10 leg lifts and 10 arm twists and stuff just to be doing something. Because even little bits of exercise can make a huge difference. As soon as I'm done every problem a human body can have, I then experience. Yeah. Usually good at giving myself time to recover, generally taking care of myself most days. Work's a scam. Got it. Therefore, we should destroy capitalism and establish a universal basic income. Dude, if I can have a universal basic income of just, like, $2,500, which is not a lot, like, per month, that would cover, like, just barely cover all my bills and groceries and everything. And then I could just focus completely on streaming and drawing and writing and creating. And that's the thing that they don't... I think a lot of jobs and stuff don't take into account is like... Whoa, let's not get too crazy. But the thing a lot of people don't think about with jobs and all that is that, like... The world is being robbed of so much amazing art. Because it is really hard to, write your novel or draw your comic or draw your illustrations or make your YouTube videos when you have been working for 10, 12 hours. And, like I said, slide people some passive income. Let people's bills be covered just so they can live their life and create and craft, and there'd be so many amazing things in the world. Because I remember, I unfortunately don't remember what game it is, but I know Shintai Reviews, he doesn't go by that anymore, Daniel Santos, I just remembered I still need to go battle Arnie, but Daniel Santos, reviewed an indie game that he just absolutely fell in love with, and he found out that it was developed by one person, and before making that indie game, he was working at a fucking gas station. And he had actually been working on the game for like 7 or 8 years or something. But it was like so hard to get the game finished. Because like if he had just had time to do nothing but work in the game, it probably would have taken him like 3 years, maybe. But it's just like, and like Daniel was just so fucked up by like, this person creating this amazing work of art was working at a fucking gas station. Like, how many people working at restaurants and Walmarts and other gas stations have an amazing work of art in them that they just never get to get out there? One day I'll make cool outfits based off video game characters. I think you will, actually. You're not Delulu. Art isn't valued by people in power because art's the most human thing to exist, and it can bring people together no matter how far the distance. And that's scary to an egotistical coward. That's true. That's really why the egotistical cowards are obsessed with AI, because they want to try to take the humanity out of art and turn it into just a product. And I'm not talking about art as just like images and illustrations, like music, storytelling. And it fucks me up so much because, like, we are kind of having an issue where a lot of things like the anime industry and even video games have so many things coming out, just like being created by regular people, that there's an overabundance of things to engage with right now, to the point where it's difficult, if not impossible, to keep up with all the things that are wonderful, much less, the stuff that may be flawed or iffy that might be interesting to see what it grows into. And yes, Rain, we need to get the hammers. Just like with Kirby's Adventure, the answer to everything is hammer, or the Splunk Dinko method. And it's like the anime industry, like less than half of the anime that's coming out per year is probably what we actually need to be coming out, because nothing has any fucking time to breathe. They try to devalue art at every twist and turn in a fruitless attempt to abolish it. Like to see them try. Abolishing art just makes it cooler. It's true. Love to have a Kirby hoodie with Warp Star pull string. That'd be sick as hell. Splunk Dinko trained in France for several years to learn that technique. And the thing is, like, Cole, the Kirby hoodie, the hood would be like have Kirby's eyes on top, so it's like he's mouthful moding you, the hoodie wearer. You see, if you had that hoodie, you would be guaranteed to get a girlfriend because she would absolutely want to steal that hoodie. Stealing your boyfriend's hoodie is necessary. It's important. The hoodie pockets can be Kirby's feet. Yeah! I don't know, do you guys prefer hoodies that have one long pocket that goes all the way across? Or do you prefer it to have two separate pockets, like the kinds that have the zipper in the middle? Or some of them just have two separate pockets anyway. I like the long pocket. It's fun to just, like, put a billion things in the hoodie like you're a kangaroo or something and just pull them out at a moment's notice. Either, honestly, that's fair. I mean, hoodies are important because they're part of the non-binary uniform, but I feel like also the goth kids and emo kids and scene kids need their hoodies too. I feel like a lot of hoodies with the two pockets, for me, I feel like a lot of times the pockets are too shallow and I'm always afraid my stuff's gonna fall out. Long pocket, the one thing that fits my Giganto phone. Here, LD, I'll give you this for free since I'm about to end stream. Wow, I can't believe how big it is. Oh my god. Pockets aside, I usually run too hot to wear a full hoodie for a whole day, so I usually rock the hoodie jacket. That's understandable. But yeah, I do believe I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Hoodies are important in the LGBT community in general because sometimes dysphoria slaps you and you just don't want to think about your body. Valid. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here, go eat some pasta, watch some YouTube, play my Animal Crossing's chill vibe. And thank you so much, everybody, for coming by. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out. Good night. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye. Game over, yeah.